And welcome to Overtime, brought to you by KingsCast at www.kingscast.net. I'm Chris Kalazewski.
And I'm Alex Kinkoff.
And what a friggin' game tonight at Staples Center. Game 2. What an amazing game. Just heading back from there. Alex, I'm speechless.
Outstanding night. Magical night at Staples tonight. Kings come back late, win 4-3 with about a minute 20 to go. Take a 2-0 series lead on the Sharks in this episode, 197. We're going to recap tonight's outstanding events. Another Beard update, of course. And we're going to look ahead to Game 3 in San Jose.
So that's right, Kings fans. Episode 197, Kings, Sharks, Game 2. Boom.
All right, Game 2, Kings, Sharks. Kings up 1-0. I'm saying Kings come out, win again, quick, another strong start, 3-1 Kings. Kings up 2-0 in the series.
So coming into tonight, Alex, it was a huge game because obviously they took Game 1, and you want to get Game 2 just because you're at home, and you know if you feel like you give up the Game 2, that they head in back to their home arena with sort of a momentum shift right there, and so I felt like it was really important that the Kings hold strong on home ice and really try to push for that 2-0 series lead.
Yeah, and they kind of stole Game 1. San Jose really kind of dominated most of Game 1, so coming into tonight was is kind of proving that it wasn't a fluke. And the Kings, wow. They did it all. San Jose outshot us again. But, you know, first period early, Jeff Carter with the first goal, his fourth of the playoffs. Dwight King really driving to the net, kind of distracting Antti Niemi, and Carter just puts it low to the bottom left side. Great start. Great start.
Oh, I mean, definitely. I mean, it was huge to get that first goal. Got the crowd involved. I mean, got everyone sort of pumped up on the Kings. And, you know, it's big because, you know, this is going to be a tight series. And the Sharks sort of have a game plan that's, I would say, working for the most part against the Kings. They're really neutralizing them in the neutral zone and as well as in the defensive zone. I mean, they have a game plan. They have a lot of big bodies. They're doing a lot of things that the Kings did last year and are trying to do this year. They're very similar teams. But you take a look at that first period, and it was one of those periods where it was like the Kings just couldn't get that many shots. I think they had 6 shots or something, you know, after the first, and you know that's not going to do it normally. But they did get that goal, clutched by Carter, and you know, you look to the second period.
What's up, Kings fans? It is the end of the first, and so far so good. The Kings got a goal there. It was 1-0 Kings. It's going to be a choppy game. It's going to be a long game. I don't think any lead is safe, but I like our chances. I'm going to say 3-2 Kings.
Yeah, second period, Kings came out on top 1-0, and then I think about 5 minutes in, they had a power play, and they really did well in the power play tonight, and it all started off with their second goal. Brad Richardson inserted into the lineup tonight, found Drew Doughty open on the point, and Doughty with an absolute missile, just flying by Niemi, puts the Kings up 2-0. And from there, you know, that puts the Sharks had still yet to score a goal in this series. How were you feeling after the Kings were up 2-0?
I still wasn't fully comfortable just because we've seen this Kings team. This is a tight series. The Sharks are a fantastic team. And we also talked about the big point of the game tonight was the huge hit from Torres on Stoll in the last game, which we didn't really talk about in the last episode because it was just sort of a quick thing and we didn't really notice, you know, in the arena. But, you know, Stoll out indefinitely with concussion-like syndrome. And Torres obviously suspended, this is a huge swinging turning point in the series. And he'll be out for the rest of the series. But Stoll, it looks like he's going to be out for a while, which is huge because you not only lose a guy who's great in the faceoff circle, but a guy who's great on special teams.
Oh, he's great all over the place. Yeah, special teams, like you said, penalty kill, power play, and faceoff circle, like you mentioned. The Kings were absolutely dominated tonight in the faceoff circle. I think San Jose won 44 faceoffs. Kings won 21. That kind of played a part in the role of where San Jose was able to come back with those 2 goals and even it up.
Yeah, you know, it's big. I mean, I love Brad Richardson. He's had a hard time cracking the lineup this year. I mean, it's been obvious. Even when we traded Gagne, he still couldn't crack the lineup, and he's been there sort of, you know, if someone else was benched or something like that. You know, his main asset, it really is speed. I mean, it's not, you know, Stoll has so many different things that he does, and he's obviously a big part of that third line and gives the Kings that huge up-the-middle presence.
After 2 periods, tie game 2-2. Drew Doughty came in and scored early in the period, and San Jose dominated the rest, tied the game at 2 apiece. Kings look a little sloppy, a little slow. I'm going to say 3-2 Kings. Book it.
2-2 going into the third, and we felt like after they scored that first goal that the momentum sort of shifted, and obviously it led to them equalizing the game. And in the third period, it was a huge scramble in front of the net. Vlasic was able to kind of get a piece of it and get the 3-2 lead for the Sharks, and 3 unanswered goals, and you don't have the greatest feeling ever.
No, I'm not sure exactly what happened there on Vlasic's goal. Like you said, it was a scramble in front of the net. The one thing I am sure of, though, it wasn't Jonathan Quick's fault, and none of the Sharks' 3 goals tonight were Quick's fault.
No.
The Sharks scored by getting traffic in front of the net. And if you're going to look to see a void without Green and Mitchell out of our defensive lineup, that's where you're going to see it. The Kings need to get a little stronger and clear out space so Quick can get clear looks at those pucks. Sharks with traffic, definitely the reason they were scoring tonight. And, the Kings down 3-2, and then Kopitar, right after that Sharks' third goal, out with a puck to the face. Pretty brutal.
Yeah, it was brutal. I think the whole arena was silent at that point. I mean, we saw 3 years ago, I believe it was, when Kopitar went out, and it was one of the most devastating blows, I think, in the Kings' modern history, where
Absolutely.
It's just like, without Kopitar, I'm sorry, but I don't see the Kings winning this series. He ended up being okay. We're not sure quite exactly what the extent of the injury was, but he came back about 9 minutes later to a rousing ovation, which was fantastic to see. People were on their feet because this team is built around Andrei Kopitar. That's right, Kings fans. It's 3-2, middle of the third, and you're just thinking, things just aren't going their way. Maybe it's not in the cards tonight, and that's not being negative. It's just you sort of see the way the game's trending and where the momentum is. The Sharks just seem to have the Kings figured out. They're just completely dominating, and they weren't allowing any good shots and really just blocking shots fantastically, blocking passes, and it's just kind of ho-hum, spending a lot of time in the zone. Quick was playing a fantastic game, but I didn't see any way that the Kings were going to be able to get back in the game until
Kings get a power play with about, I think, right over 2 minutes to go, and then your hopes kind of get up. And it's not just a 5-on-4, but seconds later, that 5-on-4 turns into a 2-man advantage, a 5-on-3. The Sharks with a careless delay of game penalty, shooting the puck over the glass. I mean,
tough.
5-on-3 stings, but a 5-on-3 in the last 2 minutes because of a delay of game, I mean, that's pretty brutal. And the Kings capitalized, Dustin Brown coming up with the huge goal.
Oh, and how that place just absolutely went nuts. I mean, I had an annoying Sharks fan in my section. I was just like, oh, dear God, please shut the hell up. I mean, I normally am not like that, but it felt so nice. And then, you get the equalizer, and then guess what? You still have about 1:15 left on the power play.
Yeah. You got a young line on the ice, Jake Muzzin, Trevor Lewis, and Tyler Toffoli, who played tonight. And it was barely 20 seconds after the last goal, and I don't think fans had time to really, kind of register what was going on, and before you knew it, it was 4-3. I mean, talk about those players on the ice. Trevor Lewis with the goal, his first to the playoffs. Then you get assists from 2 rookies who both spent some of this time in Manchester, Jake Muzzin and Tyler Toffoli. Magnificent, outstanding. I mean, unbelievable.
That was huge. I mean, when Lewis scored that goal, that place went absolutely nuts. I think there was 1:15 left. I mean, it was absolutely insane. I mean, we saw some great games last year, obviously at Staples, but I think some of the sexier, sort of game-winning, overtime-type games happened on the road. But this is one of the best games I have seen in a very long time. I mean, what a fantastic experience, because you knew it was over after that. The Kings were able to hold it down for the last 1:15 and just keep it out of the zone. They did what they had to do. Quick had a couple of other good saves, but won the game 4-3 and took a ginormous 2-0 lead in the series, which we'll take because it was so close to being a 1-1 series.
Yeah.
But looking forward to Game 3 back in San Jose, where the Sharks have been great at home.
And Frank Kings fans, I can't believe what I just saw. An amazing comeback in the last couple minutes. Kings win 4-3, got a 2-0 series lead. I think I'm going to lose my voice, and I'm not sure if I'm going to have my first show tonight. But go Kings!
Yeah, so I mean, the Sharks are definitely going to simmer on this one for the rest of the evening because it was a heartbreaking loss for them. But they're going back home where they've been great, and it's going to be a great series. And let's talk about Jonathan Quick. I mean, again, The Sharks did what they had to do to score it.
Yeah.
I mean, you pile in front of the net and you try to shoot a goal. You try to take a shot and hope that the puck has eyes and make it. And that's what happened pretty much every time. I don't blame Quick for any of those for those goals. But Quick has been in Conn Smythe form still, and I expect him to keep that up in Game 3. And I have high hopes. I mean, the only thing you hope for now is that the Kings can do a little 2012 little playoff magic and steal a Game 3 and have that 3-0 lead.
And so far, another positive thing to bring up is the Kings are taking the Sharks out of what they used in their previous series against Vancouver, which was power play goals.
Yeah.
And they've taken it away from them. I think San Jose scored 7 power play goals against Vancouver in the first round. They have 0 through 2 games, I think, through 7 power play opportunities, and that bodes, that goes to Quick and the Kings defense, just hanging in there.
Yeah, they really are. So, looking forward to Game 3. I mean, I don't know, Kings fans. It's an exciting time right now. We just got to take it one game at a time, but I like our chances.
Yeah, me too.
I like our chances. All right, Kings fans. So last but not least, an NHL playoffs beard update. All right, Kings fans, we will be back after Game 4. That's right, we might be taking a little Game 3 action off. It's been quite a busy playoff stretch here, but don't forget to just subscribe to us on YouTube down here, like us on Facebook, hit us up on Twitter, like us on Instagram, or follow that, or whatever you do. And don't forget to follow our awesome editor, Nathan Popejoy, on Twitter. Right there, the guy is awesome. Thank you, bro.
Great job.
And we'll be back next time. We're looking forward to it. I'm Chris Kalazewski.
And I'm Alex Kinkoff.
And thank you for watching Overtime by KingsCast.